Hi everybody, it's gonna Sasha again. We're going to chapter 26 of the Mystic Mountain Adventure. Now in this chapter, we learn more about the Shadow Man. It's in our last video. After the battle took place outside the cabin, I knock on the door and Bob lets him in. Then began to tell him the tales of the Shadow Man, but they say wait until your friend Ashley comes in. So, Ashley gets some tea for herself and the guest and herself. And then they sit down and begin to talk. Now in this chapter, they begin to answer the questions about the Shadow Man. It's going to start getting very mysterious now. Like you thought the battles, the night battles, and creature out the sidewalk battle, this is going to start getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Then my next, because I actually wrote a whole trilogy. But the first part is, of course, Enter Metopia. Title is Mystic Mountain. Then the next installment will be in this section, will be The Old Man, and that takes place after all this stuff goes through. And then the next part of the trilogy will be The Nomadic King. And that's more war, gets more style and stuff. But right now, we're in chapter 26, The Shadow Men Tale. So tell us about the Shadow Men, Bob asked. Were they human at one time? Ashley asked. Well, the Shadow Men were human at one time, Jillian began. Well, what happened to them? How did they become these Shadow Men? Well, these Shadow Men were not always evil, but became corrupt with the power influenced by the prince of this world, Gillian continued. The prince of this world? Who is the prince? Who is it? Who is the prince of this world? Who is he? Bob asked. His name is not important. Okay, okay, go on. The Shadow Men were the greatest warriors known to man. Some were good, and some were evil. The Dark Lord came to them in the cover of night. He promised them fame and fortune. Even immortality, the Dark Lord delivered all his promises, Gill continued. But it came with a horrible price.